Yeah, that's me. I broke my knee basically. I tore the PCL and partially hurt my ACL. This is one of the worst feelings of my life. Doing rehab and physio, it hurt like hell. I also went to Melbourne while injured. I quit my job to study, and I played Pogo for like 2 months for rehab, and eventually was able to go to Japan. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Now, I'm a competitive person, right? So if I grind on something, I'll grind like hell and go beyond my limits, which is basically what caused this. I wanted to run a marathon last year, but I didn't plan anything except to run, no weight training, nothing, which was a huge mistake. On the day of the injury, I felt really, really good, and I actually pushed myself to beat my personal pace and speed time record for 5 kilometers. So it just goes to show that proper training is what you really need to do, because I just ran and ran and ran. In the lead up to the injury, I was getting less tired and I even did a lot of swimming. But all this led my body to going kaboom. In March, I started the physio and it was hell. I had knee lock. If you don't know what that is, it's where your body tries to protect itself by stopping movement. So I had to force it to move to heal. It was the worst. I was essentially fighting my own body and my own mind whenever I did these exercises. First, I used crutches, but then the specialist said, no, don't do it because it's supposed to move. And the specialist then gave me a PCL brace. Basically, it's something to help it heal if I don't need surgery, because surgery takes forever to heal from. So they wanted me to try and do that, and it worked pretty well, I think, at least. This eventually led me to quitting my job and starting study web dev, because I couldn't walk. I had to stay home, and I wanted to find a better job, and I did like software stuff originally, way back when anyway. But we'll get back to that later in the video. Problem is though, we actually had plans to go to Melbourne. So I actually traveled while injured. I don't have footage of it, but I did get stopped by the metal detector people because of the brace, and I had a walking cane with me and they had to scan that. And then one of the metal detector people actually said, don't worry about it because he feels bad for me. So that was cool. But I do have a picture of me with a walking cane in Melbourne. Now I have a question for you. This is in the Museum of Art. Is this a toilet or is this art? Up to you to decide. Now, while Melbourne was fun, it sucked because the brace caused itching and soreness and it would chafe. It was terrible. But the best was the char kway teow and Lulu's char kway teow. Definitely some of the best char kway teow I've ever tasted, so I'm pronouncing it wrong. But it was amazing. There was a huge line. We got there. It tasted so good. Amazing. So definitely worth it if you're going to go to Melbourne. Eventually, I was able to walk a lot more. And I started playing Pokemon Go, like I said. I played it for about 2 months. And I walked a lot. So you know how I said I grind when I find something to do? I'll grind like crazy. I walked every day for 2 to 3 hours trying to make my leg better, even while studying. But then I realized it took up too much of my time to do. I wanted to do other things other than walk for 2 to 3 hours. I even went out for like a day just to play Pokemon Go and walk. I don't know if that was worth it. I don't think so, because I stopped playing after 2 months. But I did get attacked by magpies, and I learned that magpies hate me for some reason, so that's cool. Now, eventually, I did finish my studies, and I even did an internship. Wasn't that great of an internship, in my opinion. But we are nearly at the point where we did a Japan trip. We started planning in the middle of the year because Reese wanted to go with her family, so okay, sure, why not? And we love Japan, which I'll release at some point. Even if it's just for me. But it was scary, man. Because we went to Sapporo. If you guys don't know what Sapporo is like the northern island of Japan somewhere. That's here. And it was snowing and icy, and I kept nearly tripping on my bad leg. It's always my bad leg for some reason. And then it was sore after I tripped. I don't know if it was a mind thing or if it was just a me thing, but it hurt. It was scary. But it was fun. We had a lot of fun there, which brings us to now. Currently, I'm jobless, doing tutorials, applying for jobs in the industry, and the industry I want to go into is currently blowing up. In a bad way. In one sense, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to have all this time after breaking my knee and studying to do what I want, which is to make videos and content, but I'm still trying to figure it out. And on the other hand, it's really hard because if I don't get on the job and in the industry, what was the last year for? So you'll be seeing a lot more of me here, but not streaming, at least until I figure out how to make consistent long form videos, because as of right now, I've been putting more time into TikToks, Reels, Shorts, and just long form videos. So I hope to see you there. And I'm busy this year. Hopefully in a good way though. I'm getting my health back, recording it all, I've booked in for a marathon, body scans, and blood tests, which will be another video in itself. Planning to do an obstacle course, Tough Mudder. And I'm going to be making videos every single week. And shorts, if I can't do long form, I want to do a lot of those. Experiment with different types of videos and how I make them. And of course, apply to jobs and do software projects because, well, I don't have any income from this. At least, not yet. Still, though, it would be nice. And I do need a job for mortgages and stuff because the Australian rules specify I need like 1 or 2 years for personal business stuff. So, I'll see you there. Peace out, guys.